Hello, everybody. Hello, I'm Rico Fernandez, host of a show that takes place here, Anime After Hours, and welcome to the grand opening of the Espanola Main Street Theater. This theater was made with blood, sweat, and tears. Well, mostly mine and Counterboy's over there. Yeah, our proprietors are two old ladies, so it's our honor to help. But hey, we got this done just in time for Christmas. And it's looming, right? How many of you have your shopping done?
No.
None of you. I'm in the same boat, but my partner here, my buddy here, he started way before all of us. He started shopping on Wednesday. He wants to start White Wednesday. But hey, there's always Santa Claus. And you know, in this modern time, it's easier and easier for him to know who's naughty and who's nice. You know, all he has to check is your Facebook history, your Twitter history, your browser history. The point is, people are getting less sneaky and more cool. But you know what? In all seriousness, guys, this theater is the greatest Christmas gift this town could ever receive. This show, you know, my show, Anime After Hours, the choir, all of this is just the tip of the iceberg for a lot of cool stuff that's yet to come. So I'm going to hand the mic over now to a band that has guest starred on our show, Stealing Hearts. Thank you.
Everyone give it up for Eric, our drummer. He's beautiful. Alright, we're going to do another Christmas song for you guys. This is Let It Snow.
Welcome back, and in honor of the opening night, here I have the two main directors of the Espanola Main Street Theater, Ms. Rosalia and Mrs. Wendy Hasmer.
Hello, Rico. Hey, Rico.
So, first of all, how did you two meet? Oh, this is a story.
This is an interesting story that we don't always tell everybody, but we met, can you imagine, doing a play. She was the director, and I had one of the leads, I guess, My name was Devorah, and I was a bitter, nasty, bitchy woman. Totally unlike my own personality, of course. And I also sang 2 songs by myself on stage.
So there.
And that's how we met. She was my director, and I was one of the cast members.
I had just moved back from New York. I was living up north. I met a woman who wanted to do this strange musical she'd written. We won't go there. But I set it up so that we could do it at Northern. I had auditions, and people told me about this Wendy Hasselmer person, this Wendy person, which I immediately thought of Peter Pan, of course. But it was wonderful because the guy that you played against, Joe Manuel, who you remind me of, was a brilliant comic actor, and she was the perfect foil for him. So they were really, as far as I was concerned, the high point of the show, right?
And I never intended to try out for this show. I drove my crippled son, who had a broken ankle, to the auditions. This would be Jeremiah, for those of you who know him, so that he could try out for the show. And while I was there, somehow I ended up trying out for the show, and we both got parts.
It seems that I remember asking you, don't you want to audition?
I guess so.
I didn't know you were, but I needed her for that part. So that was in 1995, 6, 5. One of those years.
So, when did you two realize that you wanted to do a theater here, a community theater, like here in Espanola?
Can I say this?
Yes.
Because I look at my part of it. Okay, so to look at us, as some of you might. You might not think that we would make a good team or something. But in fact, she gets to be the front person, and I get to be the wacky other person, but she's just as wacky as you all know. Anyway, so we've known each other for years. We've watched each other. I ran the theater at Northern for all those years. I had gotten my master's, and she was teaching and doing stuff with you guys. Do you remember, somebody reminded me the other day of this, when you came and you had Holly, Kevin, Annalisa, who else?
Becky Owen, and
somebody else who ended up in my program. Anyway, lots of people from
Elizabeth Chick.
Elizabeth Chick, of course. And they all ended up here a few years later in my program at Northern, which was really...
These folks were at the middle school in Espanola.
Middle school, really? I didn't even realize that. Wow. Anyway, so we shared these students over time and got to know each other as time went on. You know.
And when I was getting ready to think about retiring because of health issues with rheumatoid arthritis, I knew I didn't want to quit completely. I wanted to keep doing theater, but I couldn't keep doing the whole teaching thing. It was not working anymore. And we reconnected that spring serendipitously and decided that this would be a really fun thing for 2 old ladies to do.
The story that I tell people is that, and so it may not be exactly this way, but this is how I think of it, that you called me and said, I really want to retire, but I don't want to retire unless I have something to do that's really important. And I said, that's fine, we'll start a theater. And she sent in her letter of resignation like the next day.
It was big.
Tell us, what are some of the ideas of the first play that's going to be produced here?
Well, we have so many ideas, I'm not sure. I really want to do the Fat Future Con and the Snowcat Queen again, which is a show I did at college. But the college had a certain audience, and it's been years. And it's a really fun play about a young woman from Espanola who goes off to college and learns that you're not supposed to use manteca in healthy food, and comes home and tries to convince her mother in a cafe. Anyway, so I want to do that. I also want to do Recuerdos, which is Nazario Garcia wrote a play or a book of remembrances, you know, from the Rio Puerto area. And so I want to do that and start our oral history project. So those would probably be my two. And also Bruce King's a Native American playwright in Santa Fe. He's got 3 new scripts that I want to do.
So there have been like so many troubles getting this place up. You know, I don't know the half of it, but would you guys consider this worth it? Worth all the work?
Most definitely. We are in one of the oldest buildings in Espanola. Almost original flooring, pressed tin ceiling, incredible acoustics in a building that was built in 1905. These three are some of the oldest buildings in Espanola. It's a way to bring new life to this section of town and to bring a certain type of culture to Espanola that we need.
Which
everybody
builds up-
can participate in something like this.
Building on our
Everybody can.
culture that's here already, but that has not enough outlets. The
Yeah.
guys that played, that was a great.
Yes. Bravo.
Stealing hearts, everybody. Anyway, thank you for conducting this interview and allowing us to do our show here
Right.
in the theater. And thank you, and well,
Merry Christmas.
and a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year, because the New Year is going to be full of theater, film, video, comics, I don't know what, music, lots of things. Lots of classes, lots of groups, lots of stuff.
Variety of different things.
And as I said, in the opening, this is only the tip of the iceberg.
It is. Thank you, Rico.
Thanks, Rico.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right.